Я заря 1. Внимание, минутная готовность. Минутная готовность.
On April 12, 1961, a representative of the Earth took its first leap into space. This was a jumpstart of human exploration that has continued to this day. It was a leap into the unknown that would change what we know about the universe. It entails countless things that today remain a mystery. Perhaps a scary discovery is what you crave to see. And to spice things up, we have a bonus list for you at the end of this video, so make sure to watch until the end. From the depths of space, these images allow astronomers to better study the far reaches of space as well as the origins of our universe. This collection of spooky images from deep space will give you a glimpse into a more cosmic and eerie view of the far reaches of space than we have ever seen. Prepare to be haunted by the following list. Here are 10 spooky images from space that'll scare you. 10. Screaming Skull. I guess it's not just the planet Earth that held Halloween. When it comes to space, a screaming skull is their representative of their region. This haunting image is known as the Perseus Cluster's X-ray skull. Sounds spooky, right? This is because the bright X-ray source is caused by a supermassive black hole at the cluster center. The X-ray shadow causes a dark spot which is responsible for the skull's nose formation. When it comes to eye formation, the two dark bubbles flank a bright central source of X-ray emission which resembles the eyes of a human skull. What makes it more intriguing is that out of all galaxies in the region of the Perseus cluster, the Screaming Skull stands out the most. Instead of forming a typical dreamy galaxy, the cluster of X-rays of the skull radiates a hellish ambiance. No wonder it looks like it's screaming to escape death. 9. Pillars of Creation. Some are enchanted, yet some are haunted. The James Webb Telescope captured the clearest version of the Pillars of Creation. What can you say about this new resolution? Is it more clear that it's haunting due to its reaching ghostly hand structure? The pillars are star-forming region in the Eagle Nebula. They have been an object of fascination for scientists since they were first photographed in 1995 by the Hubble Space Telescope. The new image is said to be the best yet. It's spookier than ever. 8. Witch Head of Nebula. Perhaps a witch in space may cast a spell on your dreams. Careful when wishing in the sky. You'll never know, you might wish upon a witch. The image shows a nebula that bears a strange resemblance to a wicked witch in profile. NASA notes that the nebula appears to be screaming out in space. The Witch Head Nebula is a star-forming region located in the Orion constellation. It can be found near Orion's knee, according to NASA officials. Its name is an example of pareidolia, a phenomenon in which humans see recognizable shapes in random data. 7. Face in Mars. First a skull, now it's a face. Viking 1 is the first spacecraft to land on the planet Mars successfully. The most exciting part of their discovery is a very interesting photo. The photo shows an unusual shape that resembles a human face. Well, after seeing these weird faces on Mars, the main question is, do you still consider going there?
These things has got to be the real deal, and we're in game-changing territory.
Was there once an advanced civilization on Mars?
Some people believe this is evidence of life on Mars and that NASA is covering it up. What do you think? Is this just a trick of light and shadow? Or could it be that we've already found life on Mars? Well, the truth is, high-resolution photos were able to solve the speculations. When the scientists tried to investigate the image, they said that it was just a misconception. I guess humans are desperate for a thrilling discovery. That's why they fall for something tricky. Well, we've got more on the list, don't you worry. 6. Pumpkin Stars. When it comes to Halloween icons, space truly has many candidates. This time it's a pumpkin star. You may think that stars are just as big hot balls of gas, but in reality they're much more creative than that. In fact, some stars have figured out how to turn their rotation into something fun and interesting. They spin themselves into the shape of pumpkins. According to astronomers, there were initially 2 stars spinning so fast. Eventually they collided with each other, forming a pumpkin. Unlike our sun, this pumpkin star is brighter and more orange. This pumpkin star also has a flat shape and appears to have the features of a typical pumpkin. If it was a contest, it would take the prize for its resemblance to a pumpkin. 5. Zombie Stars. If there are pumpkin stars, you might like to consider a zombie star. A scenario of a zombie apocalypse might be impossible here on our planet. In contrast with outer space, I guess nothing is really impossible. A zombie star is just lurking out there. The story of this zombie star began when a dead star named Tycho gobbled up too much mass from another nearby star. It became unstable and exploded again as a Type 1a supernova. That's what happened to Tycho, a zombie star. What makes it more intriguing is that the white dwarf's collapse would have been expected to result in a massive explosion, but against all odds, it survived. 4. Tinkerbell Triplet. Have you ever seen the movie Peter Pan? I guess Tinkerbell is lost in the cosmos of Wonderland. Astronomers must have been in deep awe when they saw this image of what they call the bird. It was also known as the Tinkerbell Triplet. Triplet in a way that of interactions between three galaxies. It's a composition of two massive spiral galaxies plus an irregular galaxy. That's what made the formation resemble Tinkerbell, a fairy-like who's flying in different colors. 3. Godzilla Asterism. A new asterism has been revealed in the sky, and it's sure to be a hit with the kids. Godzilla may not be visible to your naked eye, but NASA has seen the monster. Godzilla, the monstrous radioactive monster that terrorized Tokyo in 1954, might be one of the most famous movie monsters of all time. But now he's also a star of an asterism. NASA's Fermi satellite, which views the entire 360-degree sky in gamma rays, it captured an image of what looks like a giant lizard stomping through Tokyo. The image, which has been named Godzilla asterism, is unfortunately not visible to your naked eye. 2. Eye of Sauron. Are you familiar with the Lord of the Rings? The Eye of Sauron was an artifact created by Sauron, the Dark Lord of Tolkien's fictional world. But in our real world, astronomers have discovered something similar to the Eye of Sauron. Although it's technically a nebula, the Eye of Sauron nebula could taunt your dreams. Now, thanks to NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope, we can approximate what Sauron's eyesight might look like if it were in space. It's the flaming red eye that appears to be looking right at you, but the truth is it's a supermassive black hole. The fact that it's an eye and a black hole at the same time makes it more terrifying. I mean, you don't want to fall into the eyes of this black hole. 1. Ghost Hand of God. NASA's nicknames for their discoveries are quite extraordinary. Well, if you hear this discovery coming from outer space, you might think that it's a mystery. At first glance, yes, but if you know the science behind it, perhaps you'll be less frightened. The object is nicknamed the Hand of God because it appears to be reaching out across space. The Hand of God is a pulsar wind nebula, and it's also what's left of a supernova explosion. It's powered by the leftover, dense core of a star that blew up in a supernova explosion. Material ejected in the star's explosion interacts with magnetic fields around the material. Consequently, it glows with X-rays, and it results in the formation of a cloud that looks like an open hand. And here comes our bonus part, the smiling sun. Not every smile radiates positivity. Sometimes it can be spooky. The sun, which is normally a moody ball of gas, has been caught in a rare moment brimming with joy. It's not that full-blown smile, but rather a smiley that can make you feel uneasy. So the question is, what's up with our sun? The smiley face is actually a coronal hole. The coronal hole is a part of the sun's atmosphere that emits solar winds and other charged particles. The glowing light surrounding is called coronal emission. Coronal emission comes from materials being heated to millions of degrees by magnetic activity in the sun's atmosphere. The universe is a big place, and we're still discovering new things about it every day. These are just a few things in our lists, as we have more yet to discover in this wide universe. We hope these spooky images from space have given you a new perspective on our planet, and maybe even made you think twice about how scary space can be. Space is a place of beauty and, of course, the hidden agenda of mystery. Behold the unknown and the thought of we're not alone. Are you now convinced that the images in space are just a mere coincidence? Or does it signify something and perhaps a hidden meaning?